And you know, when I look, and I'm glad you asked that question, because when I look back and I look at, it's a different time. You know, football back then is different than it is now. It's a different game. Media is completely different. You know, you have all these different, you probably had 2 people talking to him on a Tuesday at that time, just to the local papers. But when you look at what he had accomplished, 4 national championships, you know, Coach of the Year, 2-time National Coach of the Year, coached 29 first-team All-Americans. I really believe he was a pioneer in the integration of college football. If you look back and you really study the integration of college football, you know, Michigan State had 20, I believe, I've got it written down right here, 20 African Americans playing in the 66 team, 11 starters. And you know, in that 10-10 tie, and not to be disrespectful to anybody, but Michigan State had 20, Notre Dame had 1. And they talk about USC and their game against Alabama. They had 7 African Americans on that team. So Duffy was ahead of his time. He recruited all across America, brought players in from the South, guys like, you know, when I came here and I walked into what was the Duffy Doherty Center at that time, and sort of a little hall of history there. And I was amazed at 67, you know, draft choices that they had, you know, I think 4 out of the first 8. I mean, that's unparalleled. I don't think there's ever been a team where will ever be another team that has 4 of the top 8 players picked. You know, Bubba Smith, number 1. I think Clinton Jones went number maybe 2. I think that George Webster went 4, I think. And then there was Gene Washington at number 8. You know, go back and you think about some of the players, you know, Charlie Thornhill, you know, you think about Baba Pisa, you think about Sherm Lewis, you think about Jimmy Ray being the first quarterback to integrate college football and play for national championship. You look at Brad Van Pelt playing here, you know, but he had so many players, so many great players playing here that really he was ahead of his time. I mean, the guys on Time Magazine, you know, I'm not sure if I'm as funny as he is, let's say that right now. Mm-hmm. But I think that he really was a bigger than life type person. So when I reflect on this, on this next win at some point, plan on it this weekend, but at some point, you know, it's sort of a milestone, but it really allows me to reflect back on history of college football, and really what Duffy Doherty did for the game of college football, and what he did for the country in that respect in a lot of ways. And that's what I remember, and the players that I've met from his teams, you know, love the guy. And so when I look at things like that, you know, it's a humbling experience, but you know, we're here now. I honestly read Isaiah 41:20 and just sort of feel blessed. So that's where I am.
Was there a time early in your